Hello, everyone. My name is Jeremy Combs. I am a program development specialist for student services, and I support the TUPE program.
And my name is Scott KAZER, and I am also a program specialist with student services overseeing the tobacco use prevention education grant.
So TUPE, as content stands for tobacco use prevention education. So we actually recently received our grant award notification for the next 3 years, so we're excited about that. So we wanted to share a little bit more information about the TUPE grant and what it the supports it offers for students. So it is a state grant funded through Prop 56 and 99. One of the main functions is to educate, mitigate, and prevent youth tobacco use and potential pathways to other harmful substances. So we know tobacco use and vaping is a gateway a lot of times to those other harmful substances. So really what we focus on is prevention, intervention, and cessation services to students and educating them in hopes that they'll make good choices in regards to tobacco and vaping. Okay, next slide, please. So the reason this is so important, as you all probably know, vaping is on the rise among teens. A lot of studies, this actual study right here is from the National Institute of Health. As you can see, in the last year, 12th graders, 37.3% of them have tried vaping within the past year. Now, this is a national study, and there were people that that participated. So that's not just a local. That's like looking at a national. But we also know locally in Twin Rivers, there's also been an increase. So really, the services that we want to provide to students really focuses on education, letting them understand the harms associated with tobacco use and vaping. We actually we have students participate in the survey that Scott will go into more detail about. But within that survey, we found that students do not see a perceived harm or have a low perception of seeing a perceived harm in vaping. What that really means is they don't really understand the negative health effects and the dangers associated with it. So really our job is to come in here through education, through youth leadership, and through peer outreach to let them know about the dangers associated with it, and so they'll hopefully make better choices. Next slide, thank you. So one of the things that's really relevant as well is looking at smoking and vaping and how it relates to COVID-19. Now, since COVID, is pretty recent, studies are still ongoing with this, but there are some things that we do know. We do know that people that smoke or vape and are exposed to COVID-19, there's a chance that they'll have a more severe infection. Obviously, their lungs are more compromised, therefore there is a more increase for infection with COVID. Actually, a more recent study from Stanford Medicine in August looked at students or at young adults ages 13 to 24, and they've concluded that they're 5 to 7 times more likely to contract COVID if they smoke or vape. So, one of many reasons that this is so relevant and the work that we do between, the increase of vaping that's happening with the pandemic that we're facing, to have these resources available for our students. Next slide, please. So we have many district resources. We're going to go over a few of them. So the first one is Teen Intervene, which is the intervention program counseling for students experience substance abuse and addiction. So typically, this is done on a school setting. Students are referred to our department if they've had infractions for using tobacco or vaping on campus, or just if we hear there's concerns about them using. Since we are in different times now, we're going to provide our contact information. So if any of the parents here have concerns, they're welcome to contact us. We still can set up Zoom meetings with students. We've done that towards the end of last year, really talk to them about choices they're making, the dangers associated with vaping, and really hope find resources for them to help them quit. So as far as the prevention education piece, so once again, this is typically curriculum that's taught by teachers in a classroom setting. Because we are doing distance learning, we are looking at ways of adapting the curriculum to adapt to the virtual setting. So we're actually working with curriculum instruction to adapt our 2 curriculum, which are Project Alert and Stanford Tobacco Prevention Toolkit. A lot of them have already done the work as far as looking at online resources and how they can be utilized, but we're just looking and seeing how we can integrate that I know our teachers already have a lot on their plate, and we want to make sure that we can be very thoughtful and mindful of how we're approaching this to support not only teachers that are teaching the curriculum, but the students that are receiving the lessons. And with that, I'll pass it over to Scott.
Thank you, Jeremy, and good job. Another sort of prevention that we do is we have Red Ribbon Week in the district, which is a national celebration of being drug-free. So we involve the students, we involve the staff, and we participate during the week of October 23rd to the 31st. So you'll probably see your students dressing up in spirit days or doing drug-free pledges. I pledge to be drug-free. They might participate in activities with you as parents as well in the next month. So we're really just trying to inform and educate our youth, and we do that in a number of ways through youth development. We develop leaders in the community at our school sites that will be the voice, because we find that youth learn the best from other youth. So with these leaders, they go out into the community and they provide information. Obviously now we're in during the pandemic, we're going to be doing it virtual. And we have a couple programs that are called Club Live at the middle school and Friday Night Live at the high school. And these students are leaders that work with adults in the community, teachers, counselors, administrators, to discuss, issues that may be on campus, whether it's alcohol, tobacco, drugs, just safety concerns that they have on campus. And what they do is they work on it with the adults on campus, and they go out in the community for more resources and also provide education to their friends, to their peers. So they will be doing a lot of work during that time in a virtual setting, and they might, like I said, they might involve you parents during that time, whether it be during asynchronous learning, synchronous learning, or outside of that. We also have a California Healthy Kids survey, which is a survey that typically comes out in October, between October and December, and we will be surveying 6th through 12th grade youth. And it really focuses on a risky youth survey. What students are engaging themselves in, how the school climate is on campus. They feel comfortable in addressing needs with adults on campus. How do they feel about friends, so on and so forth. So really, it's a survey that we assess in how to provide better support to our youth in the district. We also have another curriculum which is called Tobacco-Free Generations, and that is for our pregnant and parenting teens, which is held or hosted at Pacific Career and Technology High School. These resources are offered to any student that is a current pregnant or parenting teen that are at their regular home schools that do not take advantage of the system set in place at Pacific Career and Technology High School. They have a number of resources, free daycare for those youth who are pregnant and parenting, so they can drop their kids off at that school while attending school to complete. We have another activity which will also come out during Red Ribbon Week. It's called Don't Buy the Lie, and that's KAZER's. KAZER, typically they do an assembly, but this year they're not able to, based on everything going on. But they will be doing a poster contest that kids can win money. They can win prizes. These posters can, and it's obviously anti-tobacco messaging, vaping messaging. But some of these signs for the winners will go on billboards around Sacramento County, and kids can also win money, which a few of our students have in the past. Next slide, please. This video that Ed Roberto is going to play captures actually a lot of different programs in Sacramento County, not just our district, but a lot of our district is represented in this video. But it shows the leadership programs that we have with Club Live and Friday Night Live, and kind of what they get from the program and what they do in the program. Ed Roberto.
Friday Night Live is a club where we meet to spread awareness and information about the harmful effects of drugs and alcohol.
I thought they were just going to be in one group just talking about drug prevention, but we actually went out and did things in the school. It's a club where you learn how to be a leader.
I think socially, I've learned quite a few things in just a short amount of time I've been here.
The leadership program they're offering here, it was a step I needed to take.
FNL has taught me to be a leader and not a boss, to help others and not just take all the glory.
To me, being a leader means that you will put yourself out there regardless of what happens to you. You know, you have a message you want to say it out loud, even if your voice shakes.
It's so much fun. We do so many different activities, and we work together, and it's like the highlight of my week every week.
We do a lot of activities and a lot of icebreakers, and like we got like a lot of our people at our school were very into them, and like people will be lined up like down like the stairs.
On the road with your eyes on the prize, inch by inch, one step at a time. You're losing hope when you can't find.
My favorite activity when we went to back to school night, and we told the parents, we had them sign pledges saying that they won't give drugs or alcohol to kids who come to their house. More than half of the parents who came signed it.
I'm actually talking to other kids that can relate, and I could try to help them if they need it, and then they feel more comfortable with another student than their parents.
Okay, guys, so you can come and sign a pledge card to be drug-free.
When you help somebody, it doesn't only help them, like have a smile on their face, it puts a smile on your own face, it warms your own heart, like you're giving, but you're also receiving back.
It makes my heart feel good. It makes me happy.
My favorite part of FNL is being a part of something bigger than yourself. It makes me feel like I'm doing something and that my life has a purpose.
Yeah, Friday Night Live!
And so, and just to touch back on that video, Friday Night Live and Club Live, they are SCOE sponsored programs, Sacramento County Office of Education. So they also provide support and representation from their line of work in coming to our school and providing resources to help out with the outreach. Some of these youth also provide peer mentoring too. So they mentor kids one-on-one if they are in need of just support as a friend, or if it has to do with alcohol, tobacco, and drugs, they can also discuss that with each other and how to reach services, which the next slide will kind of talk about. So we have a cessation opportunity service, which is called the California Smokers Helpline. And if your child is, or if you hear about friends, they can be anonymously recommended to this helpline. It's a free program. It's available in 6 languages. They can call in via phone. They can use a text app. There's a mobile app which is downloadable on iPhone and Android. They can also call in on 1-800-NO-BUTTS, 1-844-8-NO-VAPE, and then on www.nobutts.org. That's where a lot of resources are to help students quit if they are using. So these would be students that are more, they're not just the one type user and that's it. This is more of the in-depth, more addicted student. And this is really targeted for ages 13 through 18. But we will, like Jeremy said, we will provide services and intervention as well. Myself and Jeremy, as well as many of our counselors in the district, are trained to provide intervention one-on-one. So if you're a student, or if you know that your child, your student needs help with this, you can feel free to reach out to myself or Jeremy Combs, which the contact information will be in the slides later. Feel free to reach out to us and we will provide support readily. Next slide, please. This is our contact information. Feel free to reach out via our email, via our phone, and we can do, right now since we're doing, it's a virtual setting, we can do one-on-one groups as far as intervention with youth. We can do group therapy as well. So we are there if you need.